Hello, it's me making a return. You see, it is Wednesday. Hey, it's the day after Independence Day. America! Wednesday, July 5th, 20 and the 23, 2:25 p.m. Central Standard Time here in the farm fields of Valparaiso, Indiana. Went on a nice muggy walk this morning with my lady friend. 2.5 miles in the heat. Felt pretty good. Get a little sweat action going with all the booze I've been consuming on our La Vida Loca lifestyle. And we did have the garage door, the 2-car garage door replaced today because of storm damage from, I don't know, probably 2 months ago. That was $3,000. Wait a minute. Luckily, the insurance should cover most of that. We'll see. Whatever. I know old lady Godiva wasn't going to allow for a crinkled garage door any longer. So that's done. So let's get on to the stock options, shall we? Let's take a look at what's going on. Let's look at Bank of America. We got a 29.50 call on the board. How many of those do we have, by the way? 13 contracts. That's a lot. And right now we're doing just fine, getting good grades. Our future's so bright. We got to wear shades. So we're at 29.50. Bank of America currently trading at 29.17. So those are doing just fine right here and right now, though. Citigroup, we got that 45 call. We've been just rolling and rolling and rolling that thing on out. Probably have to do it again. Let's just see what that would look like if we rolled it. Okay, we'd have to stay at the 45. If we did it 1 week, we'd add 9 days to our position to cover our $1.73 per share debit. We'd need to be at our 4 to 5. And we could collect $32 bills. Now let's see what that looks like. Just like quick math, right? So it's 4,500 is what we're dealing with. $45 times 100. Credits now at $31. So $31 divided by 4,500 equals this amount. And it's a 7-day time change. So we're just adding 7 days to the current contract that's already on the board. So divide that by 7 and then multiply it by the 365. Whoa. You sure about the math? It says 35.9%. That's crazy talk. 31 divided by 4,500 equals this, divided by 7 more days, multiplied by the 365, and that's 35.9%. So that pretty much becomes a no-brainer to roll out the barrel. And then in the meantime, we'll just keep rolling until it's called away because we can't collect any premium, or the stock goes down and it expires worthless. And then we just start up all over again when the stock goes green. So let's see if we can't let's see what we have to do to get around that 31 cents. We might not be able to get all of it. It doesn't look like we would. So let's go do, what about 30, 31, 30? I don't have a lot of time in the trading day. So can we fill it at 30? Maybe, I don't know. Robinhood, did it glitch or did it fill? Looks like it filled. Okay, good. $50 calls. We have 13 contracts on the Devon Energy. Collected a bunch of dough from them at the end of the month. In fact, I had my best month ever with dividends in June. I collected just under $6,000 for the month in dividends in the Robinhood account. $5,919.10. I'll have a recap video soon. In fact, I'll recap the first half of the year, see where things stand. But right now, Devon Energy's down. Interesting situation, though. And I'll give you a preview of what I'll probably be working on in the next video. Looking at the Puff Puff Pass British American Tobacco, because they're going to be paying a 70-cent dividend next week. You need to be owner by the morning of July 13th. So I was thinking of just buying them outright because they seem to be fairly undervalued. Not that they move much, but I allowed my Philip Morris shares to be called away at a profit after collecting a dividend and also some share appreciation. So I've got some room for some sin stocks. So I was looking at the BTI on that. So moving on, what was I going to do? What was I going to do? What is wrong with you? Oh, I know. I was looking at Devon Energy. So crude oil is up big time today, over 3%, yet Devon is down. And it seems other oil stocks are down. If we go back here to the main page, I have my favorite sweethearts on the watch list. Where are you? There's the watch list. Looking on down to the oils. Yeah, there they are. There they are. So we've got Suncor down almost 1%. Coterra, we don't own any currently, but it's down 0.5%. EOG down over 0.5%. Exxon Mobil down nearly 1%. Valero down 1%. Devon down over 1%. So it's just crazy how the market operates and reacts from time to time. So that's what we got there, which helps all of the calls we currently have on the table, including this $50 call on the Devon 1,300 shares. So sitting pretty there. Yep, sitting pretty there on that trade. This, however, we're not sitting pretty on, and I've run all the math just like an hour ago on the original position we took on Johnson & Johnson, which was, check the notes, it was Valentine's Day, February 14th, and we've only have 100 shares. We've been selling calls, rolling calls, collecting dividends, all the good stuff. We're upside down, though, currently on what this call is at the 160 and what we paid. Okay, so we paid 162.70. However, our total return is up because of all the dividends and all the premiums that we've collected. And I don't know if I'm tired of Johnson & Johnson or what it is, but I'm half tempted to just let this thing ride out and they can collect it away at 16 or 160 bucks. Because what is the roll on this thing right now? If we take a look at roll in this position, out to next Friday, July 14th, we got to cover that debit at 350. So that means we got to go back to the 160 and we would collect $30. Okay. So if we look at the same type of math that we just ran on the Citigroup, we'd go $30 divided by 16,000. We'd add 7 days to our position, right? And then annualize it out to, it's still around 10%. Still around 10%. Bum, bum, bum. This is making for a great video, Bart, when you just stare at the screen and don't say anything. It is $33 I didn't have. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Let's just check it out. Can we get 33 bucks? Got a medium chance, but it's a pretty huge gap between the bid and the ask, between 15 cents and 50 cents. 2, 3, 4. One of my lucky times of the day, me and Lady, for some reason, we always happen to look at the clock either at 1, 2, 3, 4, 12:34, or 2, 3, 4. So that means something. I don't know. Numerologists out there, tell me what that means. But it always seems to be lucky for us for some reason. So let's go back to the board. Take a look. Pepsi, same. Oh boy, here you go. I don't know what it is. I think it's nostalgia, or maybe it's growing up with a scarcity mindset because we never had much. So I always wanted to hold on to what I had. So I had a minute ago convinced myself to allow the PepsiCo to be called away at 185, currently trading at 186.48. But then I just, as I clicked on it, I thought, well, what would you get if you rolled it? Well, let's find out. So if we roll out this barrel, cover that 181 to debit. Oh, whoa, look at that. Look at that. So 240, right? We're talking about 185 times 200. So that's $37,000 in capital. Get out the calc. So if we go 242, because it's 200 shares, right? Yeah, 200 shares. So 242 or 244, as it's showing us right now. But let's use the 242 divided by $37,000 in capital. And we're adding 7 days to the trade, and then we're multiplying that by 365. Holy moly, you basically have to do it. There you go. The market has convinced you to keep a hold of that sugar water. Although it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get that much. What about 120? 240. Covered call roll. Let's see if we can get that done before it did. It has sold to the highest bidder. We got 24 minutes remaining in the market. Oh boy, I know what you're going to say, aren't you? I was just I was just telling Lady Walks a lot this morning that I was going to let Suncor go. I'm having the same feelings just now that I had on PepsiCo, because I know that if I click through to roll this position, there's probably going to be a pretty healthy premium to be collected by doing so, even though Suncor down today in the red. If we look to roll it out a week, now we have 2,000 shares, so we have 20 contracts, and if we go to the 29, it's $440. So let's run the math again, right? So 29 times 2,000. So that's $58,000 in capital tied up in the Suncor. So $440 collected divided by $58,000 in capital equals this. And we're adding 7 days to the trade. So divided by 7 and then multiplied by 365, that's almost 40%. Well, you know what to do, don't you? Yeah, I do. Plus, I'm still bullish on the oils. I'm very bullish on the oils, but it doesn't look like we're going to get that 22, is it? About 21. Come on, just give me 21. I wanted to put the 21 on the board anyway, even though it's saying it's a low probability, just to see what happens. And then we'll keep an eye on it over the next 23 minutes and see if we have to adjust it a bit. A penny here, a penny there. But we want to be penny wise and pound foolish. No, you don't. You want to be pound wise. So we're trying to be pound wise. Looks like it's looking outside because it looks like it might rain. Let me check the weather. Checking the weather. It was so muggy this morning that it would not surprise me at all if it just poured rain right now. Ooh, it's 88 degrees, and it looks like it's a 50% chance of raining at 5 p.m. So far and so good. All right, so Suncor on the board right now, but not filled. Target, we're going to continue to let that ride. Valero call at the 121, and Valero is currently trading at 116, so that's doing just fine. Verizon, here's one that I really, really think I'm prepared to let go. It's currently trading at 37.54, and we've got a 37.50 call. How many of them? 14. I don't know. I mean, Verizon's been good to me on the dividend side. It doesn't collect any premiums. The dividends have been great, and looking at, and I've got AT&T. Both of them have done next to nothing since I've owned them, except, of course, pay me some dividends. But when I look at Verizon, when I look at AT&T, I'm not convinced that I would make those investments again. So should I let it go? I'd free up a bunch of dough, right? So 37.50. How many contracts are those? 14. So 1,400 shares. That's $52,500 of capital. Could go out and buy a new Mustang GT. Could probably buy a used Mustang Mach 1. What are you talking about that stuff for? Oh, I'm not. I got enough Mustangs right now, but I don't have enough vintage baseball cards. Yes, you do, with all the ones you bought recently. So we'll leave Verizon on the board. Yes. What else you got? Exxon Mobil 110s. Those should be good. Yeah. Currently at 106.59. And that's it for this week. Still got to catch up on my trades after being gone for nearly 3 weeks. Let's go ahead and you know what? I might let Suncor expire, and then tomorrow, if it goes in the green, I might be able to catch a little more action on it. Even though that's still a great number, I don't know. You never can trust the market, can you? So let's replace the order just to see what we'd have to do to get it filled right now. Okay. Let's continue. How about 20 cents, $400? $400 is still not too bad. Not too shabby. Speaking of shabby, we were talking about tenants today, Lady and I, on our walk. And one of our houses we have is one block from a lake. Like, it's in the lake neighborhood. So it's not even like how you'd picture a block. It's one block from where you would just load your boat. So it's right around the corner from our house. And it's a rental. It's my very first rental I ever bought. And we've had this tenant for quite a while, and we've been just, I don't want to say carrying him, but I mean, I really like him. He's a great tenant. But he's the rent is so undervalued. In fact, he's paying us $800 a month, and we could probably get between $1,100 and $1,200 a month for that house. So that's how much we're carrying him. And so we were talking about the handful, or maybe more than a handful, of tenants that we have that are undervalued by, a decent amount. So we're going to raise them all. You got to do it. We'll still charge them under market rent because, a great tenant is worth their weight in gold, but they have to come up because my property taxes keep going up. Insurance keeps going up. But in case he bails, lady landlord was telling me, and then if he leaves, I'll just turn that into a cute little Airbnb and we'll decorate it shabby chic. And I said, I hope it's more chic than shabby, because I don't know what any of that stuff means. I said, are you sure you want a short-term rental? We've never had an Airbnb. I prefer long-term tenants. She's like, well, give me something fun to do. I go, whatever you call fun, go for it, but don't be looking to me to scrub floors and stuff. So there is that Suncor filled. Let's see. What do we have to do here on the J and the J? Johnson and Johnson. What do we have to do to fill this? There's the 160. What about $30? No? 29? $29. Let's just put it in the pocket if we can. All right, so there's that $29. That one's currently off the board. I'm going to let you go for now because I want to leave a little bit of time on the clock to consider my British tobacco investment, the BT and the I. So I'll probably be right back with you. See you soon. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe, like, comment, and share with a lovable friend. I'll see you in the next video.